In this digital age, where the world is at our fingertips, we're dreamers, we're believers, reaching for the stars, yeah. With AI by our side, possibilities endless and bright. There's a future full of promise, and it's within our grasp. So let's embrace the power, the magic of AI. Oh,
hey, you six people who paid attention to my post. How is everyone? Good to see you. My name is Ekello Harrod, and we're workshopping today. We are definitely workshopping today. I have not actually posted this on Facebook, so I'm gonna go ahead on and get that party started. How is everyone? Good to see you all. Let me see here. Who's in the audience here? Oh, hey, what's up, Zedicus? Nice to see you, Daniel. Hey. I only count as a half. You do not only count as a half. Good to see you all. My name's Ekello Harrod. I work at the Future Fiction Academy, and we help you learn how to write fiction with artificial intelligence. And I have to tell you, it's been a very exciting time here at the Academy. We have so many things happening in the background, so many incredible deals and so many incredible things that we're developing. And it's just been such an exciting experience. And hey, what's up, RK? Nice to see you. Good to see you. Oh, let me turn off I forget that song is so short. Let me see. I'm going to do this one because I love that. Anyway, so I need to actually put up my Facebook post. I'm going to go copy, and we're going to build this sucker right in front of you. And we're going to find the link to this particular YouTube. There we go. And we're going to go here, switch to the studio, and then switch to the Future Fiction Academy. All right, I'm done with that music. In the world of ones and zeros, we come alive. Anyway, don't get me started. I will just start crooning. In the world of ones and zeros, we come alive. Live. And the actual live stream link is right here. Let's get the shareable link, and then we are off to the races. Let's see. Today, join me right now. Lots and lots of, there we go. And then copy that. Today we are going to be talking and working through chapter 1. So if you have started with your first draft and you're in the FFA, this will be beneficial to you because you will kind of get a class today. Second, if you are watching this and want to get involved with the FFA, we have a link in the description below. Get you to our calendar. You can go down into our calendar and look at all of the things that are happening in the FFA for the month of July. And let me copy this and post it, and then put it in the appropriate places, which is this one, paste, and also in AI writing for authors, which is probably the most exciting group on Facebook in years, to be quite honest with you. Okay, now everyone right now knows that I have a live stream going. Let's see here. We're up to 11 people, and it should go hopefully. I probably should post something inside of the FFA Discord server so that everyone knows that this is happening. Campus right there, and paste, and boom. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are all posted up. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share. Oh, I'm going to have to sign into. Actually, nope. I'm going to go to that right there and log out, log in with Teachable. Oh, let me show you what I'm doing. We come alive. All right, we are in we're over at Your First Draft, and I'm going to log in with Teachable. Successful. I'm going to go to my dashboard, and as you can see, I have active projects going, and I have no. Uh-oh. Oh. Woo. I thought for a second there it wasn't going to be there. Oh, my goodness. Luckily, it was. I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's read a bit of the first chapter. This is my Oliver Blake. I decided to start experimenting with that one because I need to get this book done anyway. So, so the peppermint tin clicked shut with the finality of a coffin lid. Detective Oliver Wynne Blake set the battered silver container beside his fountain pen and studied the man across the wobbling metal desk. Mr. Gareth Price, 63, wedding ring worn thin, calloused thumbs from 40 years of jewelry repair, sat rigid in a plastic chair that squeaked each time his breathing quickened. The back office of Price & Sons felt more like a confessional booth than a workspace. Wood-paneled walls closing in, dusk motes dancing in the flicker of an overhead fluorescent tube, and the persistent hum, which right now, let's start. Well, actually, let's see. Can I edit? Is this editable? No. Open. Okay, so what we're going to do is, all right, so you'll see up here, it says view. Right there says view. The tab right next to it says edit. So you can go from viewing it to editing it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And now I am. Oh, yeah, that's right. The scroll doesn't work when you zoom in. I'm sure it's. I could get Joseph to tweak that, but it's not worth it right now. Okay, so what I'm doing is changing persistent hum. The persistent sound of security monitors casting everything in a sickly blue light. what I'm going to do here, if I'm being quite honest with you, is we're going to go down to there. And hey, who else is popped in? Up all the way up to 13 people. Look at y'all. Hey, Malcolm. Hello from the UK. It's 90 degrees in London today. Hope you're doing well, Ekello. Well, it's like almost it's like 70. I had to turn the AC on in my house, and I'm in the Pacific Northwest, and that's just not a thing that usually happens. And it looks like today we're gonna get all the way up to 80 ourselves in Seattle. So not quite 90 in the UK. Yeesh. That's really, really hot for the UK. But I hope you're doing well too. I am doing very well. This is my second full day of employment at the FFA, where I don't have to go into Starbucks in the day or earlier in the day and just literally burst all my energy out. I can actually come home. I mean, I can actually be home. And today I did not plan on having a live stream today, but I ended up having a live stream because I had finished my first chapter in Your First Draft. So be naughty. Be naughty without fear. I love that. That's great. And thank you for the microphone. I do like to sing. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. So bring back my Bonnie. Oh, bring back my Bonnie. Oh, that was awful. Bring back my Bonnie. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, all right. So let's get back to what we were doing. Okay. So I have already sickly blue light. And we're going to go up a little bit and zoom back in. Oliver opened his notebook to a fresh page, that green leather cover soft from years of handling. His antique fountain pen, a gift from his mother when he was made detective, held green ink today. Green for facts, red for hunches. The system had served him well through 3 years of cases that others dismissed as tedious: missing bicycles, shop thefts, domestic disputes that required patience rather than sirens. Tell me again about Tuesday morning, Oliver said, his voice carrying the measured cadence that made colleagues tap their feet and suspects lean forward, straining to catch words that came like drops from a slow tap. The alarm system. Price's eyes darted to the security monitor displaying grainy footage of his shop floor. Diamond rings glittered under display lights that strobed against Oliver's glasses like an interrogation lamp. I told you already. System set proper when I left. System was set proper when I left Monday night. Come Tuesday, the back door's hanging open, display cases missing, and 3 rings are gone. All right, that works. That feels right. Oliver made a note. All right, so what am I doing today? I am going through this and adding changes, doing stuff to it. And when we get to the end of this chapter, this live stream's over because we've got 1,400 and some change to edit. And what I'm going to do is I'm just showing you my process, how I'm going through this. I've been wanting to do this for a while, show people how I edit my stuff. The metallic tang. See, feels AI-ish. So Oliver made a note in precise script, each letter formed with deliberate care. The tang of jewelry polish, no metal. The tang of jewelry polish mixed with the warm scent of old wood. But underneath lay something else. The sharp smell of fear, sweat, and lies half told. The timestamp on your alarm log shows 11:47 p.m. Monday for the final arm. Oliver continued, not looking up from his notebook. But the door sensor registered a breach at 2:33 a.m. Tuesday. That's nearly 3 hours. Electronics, Price muttered, thumb worrying his wedding ring. Thumb worrying his wedding ring. That's so awesome. Always playing up. Oliver's pen paused mid-stroke. He counted silently in Welsh. Dao, try, pedwar. The 4-beat rhythm that had anchored him since childhood, learned from his mother during speech therapy sessions that stretched longer than other children's. The counting helped when the world moved too fast, when sensory input threatened to overwhelm, when people expected answers at the speed of thought rather than at the pace of truth. I am not having a problem with any of this. This is a first shot, y'all, from Your First Draft. This is pretty amazing to me. Rising from his chair, Oliver moved to the rear door with 3 precise steps. The lock showed no signs of forced entry, but something else caught his attention. Fine sawdust scattered in the worn linoleum, almost invisible unless you knew to look. He crouched. The lock showed no signs of forced entry, but something else caught his attention. Fine sawdust scattered on the worn linoleum, almost invisible unless you knew to look. He crouched, collecting a pinch beneath his fingers. The texture was wrong for the pine workbench in the corner. Too smooth, too pale. Mr. Price? Oliver said, still examining the dust. When did your nephew Danny last visit the shop? The question landed like a stone in still water. Price's breath stopped entirely for a moment, then resumed with a slight wheeze. Danny? What's he got to do with anything? Pacific Oak, Oliver said, rising and brushing his fingers clean. This sawdust, very distinctive green structure. There's a furniture workshop in on Cowbridge Road that specializes in it. Artistan Engels, your nephew, works there, doesn't he? All right. See, this is so far, I'm really enjoying what's going on. I've only had to take a hum out, which is nice. The security monitors LED blinked red like a heartbeat counting down to revelation. Price's face had gone the color of old parchment. Oliver returned to his seat and made another note, the green ink following in careful loops. The door wasn't forced because someone had a key. The alarm was disabled from outside, which explains the delay in the timestamp. Manual override, not electronic failure. And the rings that were taken. He flipped back a page in his notes. All this from the display case closest to the rear exit. Quick grab, minimal exposure to the street cameras. Oh, you don't understand, Price said, his voice cracking. Just a second. Danny's been struggling since his mother passed. Lost his flat Been sleeping rough some nights. I've been helping him, giving him odd jobs around the shop. But he wouldn't. Oliver's phone vibrated against his ribs. He ignored it, maintaining eye contact with Price. The fluorescent tube above flickered. Okay, let's take that. The light above flickered, casting shifting shadows across the man's weathered face. In that unstable light, Oliver could see the exact moment when a father's faith and family cracked like thin ice. Woo, that's good. Let's see, like thin ice. There we go. Insurance will cover the loss, Oliver said gently, but the investigating officer needs to know if this was random or... The phone buzzed again, more insistent. Oliver glanced at the screen. Sergeant Morgan, Claire, never called twice unless blood was involved. Excuse me, Oliver answered in on the third ring. Blake. I like that. Blake. Sir, we've got a body. Claire's voice carried the clipped efficiency that made her popular with the brass and exhausting to work with for more than an hour. Let's read that again. Claire's voice carried the clipped efficiency that made her popular with the brass and exhausting to work with for more than an hour. Yeah, that works. Art critic Emma Roberts found dead in the loft. D.I. Thompson wants you at the scene. Oliver checked his watch. 9:29. The morning was dissolving faster than he'd planned. Natural causes? Not unless natural causes include Celtic symbols carved into flesh. All right. The words hit Oliver like cold water. He could feel Price watching him, reading the shift in his posture, the subtle tightening around his eyes. A ritual killing would mean media attention, political pressure, and the kind of fast-moving investigation. Yeah, this is working. Wow, this may not be the longest live stream today. The kind of fast-moving investigation that left one no room for his methodical approach. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Sir, Claire's voice carried the scene. Is already a circus press, city councilors, the works. And D.I. Thompson, no. Insisted you get here ASAP. I don't know if British people use that, but I think they do. Oliver ended the call and slipped the phone back into his jacket. Price was staring at him with the desperate hope of a man watching his last lifeline. What about Danny? Price asked. What happens to my nephew? And, okay, there we go. 1,433 words, by the way. Oliver capped his fountain pen with deliberate care and closed the notebook. The green leather felt warm against his palm. You know, before I write that second chapter, I'm going to have to clarify a couple of things, make sure that Thompson goes down with like a heart attack so he can't come back, but I don't want him to die. So I'm going to have to change that inside of the dossier that I built out. The green leather felt warm against his palm, worn smooth by countless interviews in rooms just like this one, small places where truth emerged slowly, like water seeping from stone. I'll need to speak with him. Oliver said, rising from his chair. But, Mr. Price, sometimes the people we trust most are the ones who know exactly how to hurt us. He moved towards the door, pausing to collect an evidence bag from the shelf. The oak sawdust went inside, sealed and labeled in his precise handwriting. Behind him, Price sat motionless in the squeaking plastic chair, staring at his hands as if they belonged to a stranger. Oliver stepped through the shop's main floor. Oliver stepped past display cases that caught the morning light and threw it back in fractured rainbows. Oh, and threw it back. Oh, man, this thing is right in the day. A small cue, not too literary, not too purple. I do like a little purple though. I wanna grab into something. I've always been a really big fan of Anne Rice. Y'all know who Anne Rice is? She wrote An Interview with a Vampire and Pandora and Lestat and all of these amazing things. She wrote all of this stuff, and she had a tendency to go a little too weird. You know what I'm saying? A little too purpley. Yeah, me too. I've read all of them. I've read literally every one of her books just about. But the one that I go back and read over and over again, probably because it's the shortest, is I haven't read any of the witches stuff. My wife read all of that stuff, but I only read the vampire stuff. And the Mayfair witches or something like that. Yeah. And she was not super purple. Yeah, sad. It is sad she passed because you know what? But you want to hear something sad? I don't know if they would have been able to do as good of a show of Interview with a Vampire if she or that the Mayfair Witches show if she was still around. She was not very happy with what came out of that very, very sterilized version of Interview with a Vampire that starred Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. And my wife even mentioned yesterday, she's like, we were watching F1, which, by the way, if you can go see F1 in a IMAX theater, it's totally worth it. It is a ride and a half, and I loved it. I don't care what anybody says about how on the nose the script was, meaning hit all the regular tropey beats and stuff like that. I don't care how on the nose it was. Because of the execution and the way things actually happened, it was so exciting to watch and thrilling. I had a great time watching F1. But Brad Pitt has gotten to be a lot better actor since Interview with a Vampire, and I can understand why Anne Rice would probably have been a little leery of somebody trying to adapt anything else of hers. I understand that. It was her baby. It was her baby. But with that said, she had a style that I still kind of like to lean into myself. I like it not super purple, but I like the whimsical sort of ways that things. So when I'm writing a dossier for anything, so you can write a story dossier and have that story dossier apply to literally any AI. You can put that in a chat and have it write the first chapter, or second chapter, third chapter for you. You can do all kinds of things. Now, in this new world we live in, there's this strong possibility that you're going to need these skills. You're going to need to be able to edit pretty well, feel what your taste is, and apply it to the text. That's a lot of what this type of editing is. It's not the same kind of editing. You're trying to edit out any AI isms that are pretty blatant, and you're trying to edit in your style, things that you would find specific. I know for a fact that my mother-in-law, who is the pen name for this, would have loved a little bit of extra stuff that she would be able to latch onto and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah. Yes, it is. It is sad. It is sad that she passed, but I thought you were talking about my. It's sad that Anne Rice passed, but it is also sad that my mother-in-law passed a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. And but she will live on through this pen name that I've created for her. So, let me see here, and let's get back to editing. All right. There we go. All right. A small queue of customers waited near the front counter, an elderly woman clutching a broken watch, a young man with an engagement ring, other people with ordinary problems that would have to wait for ordinary solutions. He badged the confused customers and pushed through the front door into Carter's embrace of salt-tinged drizzle. Salt-tinged drizzle. The moisture settled on his glasses immediately, blurring the world into impressionist smears of neon and gray stone. Across the street, a photographer with a telephoto lens loitered besides a news van, patient as a spider. Oliver's unmarked Vixall sat at the curb. Curb? I thought curb was spelled engine tickling as it cooled. Oh, engine ticking as it cooled, tickling. Unmarked Vauxhall. Vauxhall. Curb. He slid behind the wheel and sat for a moment, letting the familiar ritual of departure settle his nerves. Seatbelt, mirrors, radio tuned to the frequency that would carry him into whatever waited at Emma Roberts' loft. The engine growled to life. There we go. All the way to the end. The engine growled to life and fog swallowed his taillights as he pulled into traffic. Sorry, y'all. I'm reading things slowly because I want to make sure that I like what I'm reading. Police sirens blew through the morning air like distant wolves, growing closer with each turn. Through his earpiece, Claire's voice crackled with updates. Scene secured, pathology en route, media perimeter established. Oliver's hands found their rhythm on the steering wheel. Thou try petoir. Counting time to the question that would define the next 72 hours. Would his deliberate pace survive the oncoming storm of a ritual murder? The city blurred past his windows, familiar streets made strange by mist and the knowledge that somewhere ahead, in a loft filled with morning light and the scent of death, his measured world was about to collide with something ancient and hungry. Nope, I don't like that. I don't think he should leave that behind. Behind him, the peppermint tin remained on Mr. Price's desk, forgotten in the rush towards larger mysteries, but the taste lingered on Oliver's tongue. Clean, sharp, oddly comforting, as Cardiff's fog closed around him like a shroud. Hmm. He arrived. Let's see. When did she say she needed? When did he say he was going to be there? We're doing precise steps, Mr. Oak. Well, Buzz, Sir. Natural causes. The word posture. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Exactly. Oh, exact. The 23 minutes later. He arrived 23 minutes later. And D.I. Thompson was waiting D.I. Thompson was waiting for him. I know this isn't usually your cup of tea, but it's a bit of a doozy up there. It's a bit of a doozy up there. I need your keen eye. Keen eye. Eye. And it wasn't until I hit the enter button that it decided on what it was. Can I? I need your keen eye. Let me see. I need your keen eye. And fair warning, it's pretty gruesome up there. So I hope you didn't have a big breakfast. And then that's the end of waiting for him when he pulled up. So don't up there. So I hope you didn't have So I'd hope you didn't have a big breakfast. I needed something a little more cliffhangery than Cardiff's fog closed in on him like a shroud. But the taste lingered on Oliver's tongue. Soothing. And that needs to go away. Closed around him. Ew, that's 2 eyes. I should probably keep the typo in. And then, okay, I'm going to save my changes. Okay. Now I think I am ready. Yeah, I think I might be ready to run the whole thing, but I need to go back and show you. Now I've saved that. And we're going to go back to the dossier sheets. And we're going to view the worksheet dossier. And I'm going to make sure that characters, setting, narrative structure, linear single timeline with targeted flashbacks, third person, plot beats, hook. Let's take a look here. Oliver Blake's meticulous jewelry, inciting incident, chapter map, beginnings, chapters 1 through. Whoa. And transfer of command. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some work on this before I get too deep into it. But I knew I could run the first chapter because it had enough information. Conflict, tension, marketing. Yeah, why does it only have 10 chapters? I want 20 chapters, so we'll go 6 chapters just to figure that out. I'm gonna have to definitely do some work on this. Dag nabbit. I was hoping I would be a little closer. Draft 6 weeks. Timeline. Draft 6 weeks. Revision 3 weeks. Beta 2 weeks. Polished 3 weeks. Third person omniscient. Free indirect style. Synopsis. Luckily, I expanded the synopsis quite significantly. And see, I could do a lot of the work right here. I could do a lot of the work in the synopsis, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a lot more work in this synopsis, filling it out and really getting it, kind of fleshed out. Okay, let me check in with my people. Let's see here. Hey, people. All right. Thanks for doing this. This is helpful to watch another author work. Yeah, I'm very happy to do it. We have a future fiction press, and we're going to be doing a lot of work, and I will probably come on a lot more to actually show y'all me working through my process. So I'm glad to be here to do that. Are you doing a novella or a full book? Okay, Daniel. I was thinking a novella, 20 chapters, about 35,000 words, because it felt like enough. And I put that up at the top. And so that is definitely something I'm going to have to go in and edit the dossier on. I'm not exactly sure why it only had chapters 1 through 10. I think I need to talk to my AI that built that, which was ChatGPT, because that doesn't make any sense to me. But, you know, all right. Any questions that I can answer for anybody? All you 16 people. Like I said, I didn't want to make this a crazy long live stream today. I just wanted to edit my first chapter and move on to the next process in your first draft. That's your first draft. And this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, has been sponsored by the Future Fiction Academy. We have tons of standalone classes. We even have a gateway to the mastermind, which I guess I should change to the July accelerator, which I'm going to do. Let me edit and call this July. The July accelerator, saving that and putting it up. The July accelerator, which is a course that'll get you to 2 books at the end of a 3-month period. You will be able to sign up for all of that stuff, and it'll give you 1 credit to your first draft. So definitely do that. And we've got tons of standalone classes, publishing niches, easy peasy book machine, outlines, translations, which by the way, oh no, not translations. What's the other one? There we have how to make story dossiers. We have that 50% off until the 4th of July. If you use the code YFD. And also we have a $1,599 course on fine tunes. Now, if you want to get involved with that fine tunes course, well, let me let you know. It's half off, 50% off. So there are links below. Go over to the Future Fiction Academy and get half off of the fine tune course, because it's a doozy. It's got a lot of information, and you'll be able to make AI sound like you, just like we're doing right here, and how it kind of has that nice je ne sais quoi. Well, we could do that exact same thing for you over at the Future Fiction Academy. So join us over at the Future Fiction Academy, and you can even sign up for Plot Drive, and that is over at plotdrive.com, or you could sign up for our free Raptor Write, which is in the link in the description below. All right, everyone. My name is Ekello Herod. This has been the Future Fiction Academy. And let me see here. I'm going to go old school. In
this digital age, where the world is at our fingertips,
I hope that you all had a good time watching this happen. Thank you. No, thank you all. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I caught that too. Joseph, I caught that too. Thank you, and thank you. All right, everyone. My name is Ekello Herod. This is the Future Fiction Academy. And be good to everyone. Spread the gospel of artificial intelligence and creativity. And I will see all of you in class.
Will shine a little brighter. AI, the dream igniter, we're the digital dreamers. Raymer. In a world of ones and zeros, we come alive. A symphony of circuits, we will rise. Every bite we share, a new horizon. We're the architects of the digital dream. There's a future full